Okay, so the answer to this is that we'll update the score to be 3 more than it was before, and then we'll display it. Another way to say update the score to be 3 more than it was before is to say increase the score by 3. So step 1 would be D. And then to display the score is step 2. So I'll select A. Okay, so these are the correct two choices. We need to be clear that we're increasing the score, which means that we're taking the old value of the score and we're adding 3 to it. Okay, so let's look at this with a little bit more detail as to why this will correctly work. Okay, so my score starts at 0, and then I click the +3 button. According to my step 1, I first increase the score by 3. It's currently 0, I add 3 to it, it becomes 3. Okay, so far so good. And then, in the next step, I display it to the phone screen. Let's draw a little phone. Okay, so there's my phone, and it will display the score, which is 3. Looks pretty good. I press it again, it goes and looks at the current score, and then increases it by 3, making it become 6, and then it displays it to the phone. And I can see pretty quickly that as I keep pressing it, the pattern will repeat itself, it'll update, it'll display. So that seems pretty good. Now, one of the things you might have gotten wrong is maybe switching the order of these two. So let's see how that would work. Okay, so here's the steps switched. If I click the +3 button, the first thing that I do in this ordering is to display the score. So it looks at score team A, and it's 0, so it removes whatever was there before and displays 0 to the screen. Then I increase the score by 3. Okay, well, so it's displaying 0, but the score is actually 3. When I hit this again, remember, at this point, the team has scored 6 points. It goes and looks at my score, which is 3, and displays it, and then it increases the score by 3. Okay, so in this case, it seems that my score is always 3 points ahead of what's actually being displayed on the screen, and that's no good. Okay, so let's look at this scenario. I press the +3 point button, and step 1 is to set score team A to 3, and then step 2 is to display that score. Okay, that looks pretty good. I pressed +3 points, and it's displaying 3. Now I press it again, though, and step 1 is to set score team A to 3. Kinda silly, but that's what you told it to do. And then display score team A. So, as you might be able to see, I could keep clicking +3, but it's going to just remain at 3 because it'll keep setting it to 3 and then displaying 3. This is actually essentially what we're already doing right now with the app, but instead of simply saying display 3, we're using a variable that's value is always 3. Okay, let's look at another example. Now, you might have found this option very alluring. After all, it's saying display and it's saying to add 3, and that just seems like it's right. Now, I'm not even going to put anything in for step 2 right now. I'm just going to see what happens if this is the only step that occurs. So I press +3 points, and then it displays the score team A +3. So I look at the score for team A, which is 0, and then I add 3 to it, so it's going to display 3. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I press it again, and it's going to display the score for team A, which is still 0, and then add 3, which is 3. So this has the same problem as the last one. It's just going to keep displaying 3. And this is because when I say display score team A +3, it's not actually changing the value that's inside of score team A. It's just using that value to do some calculation. Now, there is a way I could actually get this to work. Okay, let's look at this one. So I press the +3 points button, and it goes to step 1, which is to display the score team A +3. Score team A was 0, so 0 + 3 is 3. And then it increases the score of team A by 3. Okay, I press the button again, it looks at the score of team A, which is 3, and it adds 3, so it displays 6. Then it increases the score of team A by 3. So this is looking pretty good. And it actually is technically a correct answer. It will do what you want it to do. But it's a little inefficient and strange for a couple of reasons. First, you do the same calculation twice. Here you're adding score team A +3, and when you do the increase, you have to add score team A +3, which uncovers how it's generally just a little backwards the way that we're doing things. This ordering seems a little bit more difficult to understand. It's also just a little bit more complicated because you added that extra step. So, increasing the score by 3 and then displaying is a more straightforward answer, and the one that I'm going to go with.